Let's get some more on this New South Wales-Victoria border situation. I'm joined from the Sydney CBD by the New South Wales Police Minister, David Elliott. Thanks for joining us, David. This is a massive operation that your force is now going to have to swing into place as of midnight tomorrow night to secure the border between the two largest states in this country.
Well, that's right, Chris. It's probably the first time it's happened in 100 years. It will be, I expect, one of the largest police operations that we've ever had to operate. There will be well over 400 police from New South Wales deployed over the course of the next 72 hours to ensure that that is done. They'll be backed up by the Australian Defence Force through our Defence Aid to the Civil Power protocols, and I'm now engaging with the other New South Wales combat agencies to make sure that everything that can be done is going to be done.
Is there a plan in place, or are you formulating a plan now?
Well, it's being formulated now. A lot of the interagency operations have been exercised quite regularly, like Defence and Police regularly exercise, police regularly exercise with the other combat agencies. So, so far as the interdependent nature of the operation is concerned, I'm very confident that that has standard operating procedures which are ready to go. But this is a 55 crossing border. This is also to be done at lightning speed. The operations to be raised at lightning speed. So I expect to go down to the border region sometime this week, so that I can making sure that everything that the senior commanders need will be provided.
Well, at the top of the program, we spoke to the mayors of Wodonga and Albury. Kevin Mack, the mayor of Albury, on the New South Wales side, obviously a compatriot of yours, at least on the state scene, and Anna Speedy from Wodonga. Now, that's going to be a real focal point, right? You've got a twin city of over 100,000 people, and they just go across that border day in, day out, across the bridge over the River Murray. Is there the possibility that you could effectively draw the line either north and south of Albury-Wodonga, so that that city can go about its daily life, or those twin cities can go about their daily lives uninterrupted?
Well, not in the first instance. I think we have to make sure that the community and certainly all those that cross that border regularly know that this is something that unfortunately has been forced upon us. I saw what the Queensland government did at the Tweed Heads-Coolangatta border, and that's probably the only case study we've got. And I've seen those statistics today in my briefings. I've seen that there's something like 40 to 60,000 crossings per day, and most of them are indeed local crossings for commercial and employment reasons. Now, we don't want to unnecessarily burden the local economy, so I'm very much open-minded. But my initial discussions with the Commissioner and my initial reading of the operation plan suggested we do have to make sure that this is a hard border. This is a border that will be will require some movement. But of course, that's not to say that in the next couple of days, as we roll out the operation, as we ensure that everybody is registered and that people that have got a compelling reason that is risk-free don't unnecessarily face a burden.
Well, you've seen what's happened at the border between Queensland and New South Wales, because as a government you've been opposed to it. Your Premier Gladys Berejiklian has been saying to Anastasia Palaszczuk, tear down that hard border, yet now you're imposing one to the south.
Well, Gladys said all along, Premier Berejiklian said all along that we have to keep all of our options open. But you've got to remember, what we're seeing in Melbourne is not what we saw in Brisbane or on the Gold Coast. We didn't see two deaths in 24 hours and 127 new cases in Brisbane or the Gold Coast, which is why the Premier Berejiklian didn't believe that closure of the border in Tweed Heads was actually necessary. But what we're seeing out of Victoria at the moment is quite distressing. It's quite concerning. It's quite clear that the situation down there has been badly managed, particularly with the use of private security, whereas here in New South Wales we deploy the police force first and foremost. And I think that this is the price we're paying for somebody else's situation.
And David Elliott, just finally, you mentioned at the start, was it 400 police to be involved in this operation?
Well, there'll be probably more than that, and again, they will be under well-rehearsed protocols. They'll be backed up by the Australian Defence Force, primarily the Army, and there are a number of units around southern New South Wales that we might be able to draw from, and of course we also have the other New South Wales combat agencies. So I'm expecting this to be quite a significant operation, maybe not as big as the the bushfires that we saw over summer, but certainly it will be quite a significant operation that will be requiring all agencies.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much, Chris.
David Elliott there, the New South Wales Police Minister. You heard that, quite an extraordinary operation swinging into place over the next 24 hours to secure the border between New South Wales and Victoria, with hundreds of police and military support.